All right. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. How's everyone doing? Morning, guys. Friday. It's Friday then. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Yeah, almost 70,000 subs, man. We need 42 more. Actually, I'm sorry. We need 42 more. Who is here that are not subbed? 42 of you. I'll have to ask later because I know we'll get more people in later. There's definitely 42 people. Welcome back. Morning. Yeah, Tesla looks great, man. I'm still in that swing trade. Tesla looks great. Still in that swing trade. Looking good. Holding an NVIDIA trade. Holding a Google trade. So, looking good, man. I tried the day trade Tesla yesterday. It was a little difficult. A little bit slow. So, I got taken out of a little day trade there. But the right idea. So, I'm going to hold that. Still holding that swing trade. We'll see if we can get some continuation on that one. But either way, looking good on the swing trade for sure. So we'll see. But it looks good. We need that 280, I think. That's going to be big. Hit that like. Hit that like, hit that sub. You're shorting XLU? Yeah, I have calls on Tesla, NVIDIA, Google. XLU you're shorting. Yeah. Best of luck, my friend. All right. So, welcome back, everyone. How we doing? Another day, another beautiful day to be alive. Another Friday. The best day of the week. Get to enjoy the weekend. Again, today, big rules in place for myself, right? Very important to stick to your rules. Today, I'm going to trade next week expiration contracts. So I'm going to test that out for my strategy. So I'm going to move to next week expiration just to avoid some of that volatility, some of that decay on the contracts. If I have to give my trade some time to work out, I don't want to be, in a race against time, right? That's what I don't want to be against today. So have some nice swings, which should be up decent this morning. And going to move over to those next week contracts. And yeah, that's my plan today. So looking to end the week strong. Let's do that. Let's end the week strong. Yesterday, a little bit of a red day for me, but within my means, 2% red day, which is, that's what we have to take, right? I think something that's very important, which maybe isn't talked about a lot, is you have to, a 2% red day, a 3% red day is part of the business, right? So a business day for me, right? A business expense, that's the normal sized loss that you want to take on your portfolio in my eyes. That's what happened to me yesterday. So I did accept that. I got up, I walked away, and that was, and you feel good, right? You feel good the next day, right? Like today, I don't even care. If you let a 2-3% red day turn into an account blowing day because you go on tilt, then the next day, it still hurts a little bit, right? The next day, it still hurts. You're still thinking about it. You lose 2-3%. You get up off your computer. You walk away. The next day, it's like it never happened. So today, refreshed, ready to go. So let's do that. All right. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are about 40 subscribers away from 70,000 subscribers. So if you guys are here and you don't sub to the channel, if you could be so kind to help us out by the end of this week, Maybe by the end of this live stream, we can get to 70,000 subs. That would be great. I'm going to type it in the chat. Help me get to 70,000 subs by the end of the stream. Need 40 more. There you go. Pin it. All right. Let's get started. We're here for the schedule. So, futures, as always, economic earnings calendar. I don't see much. There's not much on the economic side that I really think matters today. You got U.S. import prices. Yeah, it's not really much of anything. U.S. import prices, Empire State Manufacturing Survey, industrial product production, capacity utilization, consumer sentiment. Yeah, I don't think there's much there. So I'm not too worried about a move occurring. Maybe you watch 10 o'clock consumer sentiment. Maybe you watch that about 30 minutes after open. So just keep an eye on that. But I don't really expect to see much movement here in the pre-market because of U.S. import prices. All right. Let's go back to the schedule. Tesla swing trade. We'll talk about why I have that swing trade, right? Why I continue to hold that swing trade. I really do like it, and I am liking what I'm seeing this morning. NVIDIA continues to hold its 50 SMA. This is a very important hold on NVIDIA. I'm actually interested in playing this today. I have a swing trade on NVIDIA as well, as you guys probably know, and I will look to actually day trade it again today as well. Apple 177 supply. Big watch there. Major Amazon, huge Amazon level today. This was also a level that held perfectly yesterday. So big watch here on Amazon. Meta got over that 310. Big watch there. Big break above 310 and a nice hold intraday above 310. So a very key level there, a very key level break on Meta yesterday. Google retest long, something I'm in as well. And then Netflix just getting crushed over there. I haven't really been keeping up to date with Netflix lately. I've been sort of ignoring that Netflix downside. But man, that thing's getting pretty smacked down. We'll go ahead and take a look at it and see if it's hitting any major demand levels. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let's go ahead and break down the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ is at a really important level here today. This is sort of like the middle of the road level today, and it's sort of just sitting right at it. It is this 15,650 here on the NASDAQ. You guys can see this is a previous high intraday yesterday, right? You see that little 15,650? We rejected that level early morning yesterday. We pushed higher. We got a big rejection off 15,650, right? This was also, if we go back over here to the last few days, you can see we had a rejection of 15,650. We had a rejection of 15,650. We had a rejection of 15,650, right? And now today and yesterday intraday, look at what happened at 15,650. Intraday yesterday, look at how we turned that level into support, right? Look at how we're turning that level into support today. So, I really don't need to explain this much. You just saw it. It's as clear as day. 15,650 is your level today, right? This is the level that will decide whether this market can maintain and push higher or breaks back down towards that 50 SMA, right? This is going to be the level that decides that. If you continue to maintain over 15,650, the bulls will gain steam, right? They'll gain that momentum and we'll push back towards that 15.7 supply. And then up here, of course, we'll have to see if it breaks or rejects. Now, if you break below 15,650 today, if you turn that into a rejection point, right, that is where you're going to lose that steam and you're probably going to come back down and retest that 50 SMA today. So it's a pretty clear little channel here with a very clear little middle of the road line, right? You have a 15.7 supply and a 15.6 demand. You have an 100-point range here with the exact equilibrium level at 650. So you pretty much have a perfectly distributed 100-point channel with a line right in the middle at 16,650, 50% line, right? If we draw a fib here, that is at the exact 50% retracement, right? So This is your level today. This will decide your day, right? What happens at 15,650? If we hold it, we're looking for pushes here. If we reject it, we're looking for downside here, right? And so that's the channel that we have to respect today. If you actually get a legitimate move above, right, you can see if we get an actual move above 700 and hold above it for more upside. And if we break below the 50 SMA and reject that, then I would say that could lead to more downside, right? Because the 50 SMA continues to maintain this market higher, right? You can see here the 50 SMA pre-market yesterday. It did get a little bit below it, right? Yesterday, you got a little bit of a extension below it, but quickly got bid back up above that 50 SMA. So I'm thinking today, right? If you do get downside, this is likely a place that it could hold, right? Down here, 600 and this 50 SMA. That's a likely hold level, right? If you don't even see that because you hold, right? If you don't see that because you hold this 650 level, then you're likely to see another test of supply at 15.7, okay? So pretty clear today, right? Pretty damn clear today. We just have to trust these levels. We have to trade off them, right? If you see the NASDAQ, right, this is where people get into trouble. And me too, right? I have some days, very rare, because I'm not trying to boast myself, but very rare that I have these slip-up days, but they do come. I'm a human, just like everyone else, right? There's days where you read the market wrong. But if you see the NASDAQ today under 650, you need to have the mental strength to exit long positions, right? If they're short-term long positions, not a longer-term idea, sort of a short-term trade, 0 DTE type trade, right? If you see the NASDAQ getting back below that 650, you have to tell yourself, hey, this isn't great for my long. The NASDAQ's breaking under this 650 demand. I probably should look to cut my losses here, right? And on the same side, right, if you're short today and you continue to see the NASDAQ holding 650, bidding off 650, right? You continue to see this thing getting bid up, right? And it's not breaking down and it won't break down. And you keep seeing candles bouncing off this level, right? That annoying, and I know the feeling, right? When you're short and you're watching the NASDAQ and you just keep seeing those candles get bid up and it just won't drop. And all you want to do is you want to see it drop. You want it to drop. But the price action just keeps getting bid up, right? You need to have that mental strength and tell yourself, right, hey, this thing doesn't look like it wants to fall, right? This demand continues to hold, and I need to trust this level. I need to cut my losses here, right, because I'm just continuing to see this demand get bid up. That I know is the most difficult part of trading. Trust me, I know it's the most difficult part of trading, accepting that you're wrong, right? Accepting that the market's not on your side. But this is necessary in the type of trading that we've been seeing lately, right? If you continued to hope that the NASDAQ would break under this level yesterday, you lost every time, right? And if you continued to hope that the NASDAQ would break over 15.7 supply yesterday, and you continued to trade long trying to get a breakout here, you lost money, right? We have to accept the levels, what they are. We have to play off them, and we can't hope for that breakdown or breakout if that's what the market's not showing us. So I know it's hard. I know that feeling of wanting to be right is there, but we have to be able to stay alive, man. And, I learned that more and more. Every time I have a little bit of a red day and I keep it manageable and I wake up the next day and I say, hey, who gives a shit about yesterday? It's a 2% loss and I can make that back, right? And I learned how important it is to not blow up your account, just accept when you're wrong and take a manageable loss, right? If you're on the wrong side of the market. All right? So QQQ. Very big level today on the QQQ, this 377.60, right? We can see this is sort of rejecting here, actually, which is slightly intriguing, right? It's a little bit dangerous. You can see right here, 377.60, right? 377.60, 377.60, and 377.60, right? You guys can see right there, rejections, right? All those rejections at that 377.60. Be careful of that level today, right? Be careful of that level today. That is going to be a potential rejection point. You can see it already this morning. It's a little bit stuck below, right? See how it's stuck right there? It's a little bit stuck below this previous high, right? This is Monday's highs. You see right here? Monday's highs, right? Pay attention to this. Monday's highs. We're stuck right below Monday's highs here on the QQQ. So that is very potentially a rejection point. So watch out for this 377.60, 377.50 area today. Monday's highs, we need to get above that Monday high to see upside confirmation or continuation, all right? So watch out for that Monday high, 377.50, 377.60. All right, ES. What did we talk about on the ES yesterday? We talked about 45.50, 45.40, and 45.50, right? 45.50 was that 50 SMA and that major previous rejection point, right? And look at exactly what happened intraday yesterday at 45.50. This was beautiful on the ES yesterday. Right here, you can see intraday. This is 45.50, and this is that thick yellow line. Remember the thick line? The thick boys? The GAT line? This is the GAT line. Right here at that 45.50. You guys can see right there. Yellow 50 SMA. Look at what it did intraday. Break and hold above that 50 SMA all afternoon. Look at all these holds above the thick yellow line. 45.50, right? That is very important yesterday. That's a key thing to be paying attention to, right? Those are the little things, at least I share this with the group intraday. All right, if you're part of the Discord, I'm sure you saw my messages yesterday. These are the key things that you need to be paying attention to intraday, right? And if you're not doing enough, right? That's the simple truth, right? If you're not paying attention to what these intraday holds are doing, then you're simply not doing enough to get the proper read on the market. So as of right now, the ES yesterday around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock yesterday showed you a very important technical structure, right? You can see right there, break and hold and a triple bottom forming at 45.50 and the 50 SMA. So today, what are you watching, right? And what's your mindset, right? As long as the ES is above 45.50 and above that 50 SMA, right, it remains bullish in my eyes, right? As long as you are above this zone right here, you are remaining bullish on this ES, right? You're not going to short back into this major demand here. There's no reason to short into that level. Now, if you break it, right, then you have to react to the downside, right? We're traders. We don't come into the market and only have one button to press. We can only look one way, right? It's either buying or selling, right? No, we're traders. We have to react to what we see. So if we see this break today, we see this reject today, then we can have that insight to know, hey, we just broke below the 50. This might be a good short play, right? I can play off this level. However, today, we can clearly see that we're still trading above that 50, right? Still trading above that 50, still trading above that 45.50 demand. Very important zone here to be paying attention to today. Supply above does look heavy, right? It does look heavy. You guys can see right here. I'll go to the hourly chart. It does look heavy up here around that 45.65, right? So that's your heavy supply above. 45.65, all this 45.65, right here, 45.65. So that is an important supply above as well, 45.65. All right. Guys, I think I answer this question every single day, and I think it's the same person that asked the question every single day. I'm not sure, but I will answer it again. But I'm going to have to put a check mark on the column for user error, right? Just even though it's not really user error, I think it is user error. I think it's a matter of not paying attention. 50 SMA on the daily chart. It's called the daily SMA, right? The 50 daily SMA. What this means, if you think about this logically, simple moving average, daily simple moving average. So in TOS, if you use this indicator or use this moving average, it will remain the 50 SMA or whatever SMA you use, 20, 50, 100, 200. It will remain on the chart wherever it is on the daily, right, on any time frame. So I could go to the 1 minute chart and this remains at this level, right? This is where it is on the daily chart. I could go to the daily chart, right? So this is your daily SMA, right? And I could go to any time frame and it will remain at the same level. Now, you can't say the same for a simple moving average, right? So if I go to simple moving average, right, let's add that on the chart. Let's make that 50, right? And let's make that a purple, and let's make that a thick boy, right? So right there, right? Look at that purple line. That's the 50 simple moving average on the 5 minute chart, right? If I go to the daily chart, these will line up. See this? See how the purple thick boy is right on the yellow thick boy? See that? They're right there together. But once you start changing time frames, look at how this changes, right? Look at where the purple is now. That's not what we're looking for. Look at where the purple is now. That's not what we're looking for, right? See how this is changing with time frames as the yellow line is remaining the same, right? We need to be looking at the daily SMA. That's really the most important, is where these SMAs are on the daily chart. I'm not too focused on where they are on the individual time frames, right? So 50 daily SMA, right? Have those daily SMAs on your screen, all right? That's what that line is. I hope that answers everyone's questions. There's 1,700 people in here, so there's only a chance that about 300 people missed that information. So if we get that question again, I know it's because someone's not paying attention. All right, let's continue. SPY. This is a very interesting little retest on SPY here today that I'm watching. Look at this potential retest of this 448.50, right? 448.50. Very interesting little retest potential here. Previous lows, right? Previous highs. And look at this little pullback towards that level today. Is this a little break, retest, and do we maintain 448.50 today, right? I like this little setup. This looks pretty valid to me. All right, so I've seen this before, right? And I will look for it again. If we get a hold of this 448.50 today, I will look for that long, right? I will look for that long. You guys can see right there. Previous low, previous high, right? Previous high right here. This is from Monday of last week. That's Monday's highs. If we break and hold above Monday's highs, then I'm looking for that long, right? I'm looking for that long. If your 50 SMA does not match up with mine, it is because you have not changed your contracts to the December contracts. That's why. So 448.50, that's what I would be looking for, right? Keep an eye on that. Yeah, that could be a very interesting little demand watch today, this 448.50. That's also this Tuesday high as well, right there. So keeping an eye on that level. If we break below it, we could see continuation to the downside. I would be watching this next demand at 447, right? That's where that 50 is. Guys, I can't make a little video about everything like that, right? If I make a video about a daily SMA, which I actually, hold on a second, I already did, right? So you're not, here we go. Vincent Deciano, daily SMA. Here it is. Here it is. Share. Boom. There's the video right there. In the chat. There is the video for you. It's already done. All right. That's SPY. Let's continue. You just got to pay attention, man. That's all. That's all. All right. Dow Jones. Mr. Jones. I don't really like anything on this, man, to be quite honest. It's just sort of in the middle of no man's land. Yeah, it looks like the Dow is just sort of in the middle of nowhere here. You got supply highs. Yeah, you're in no man's land on the Dow. All right, you got supply highs up here at 35.5. You got demand lows here now at 35.1, and you have entered no man's land. All right, pretty much. You're trading within this. So I would watch that 50. I would watch that 50 today. You can see it's right there on the Dow. But I would be careful in the supply highs. I'd be careful into demand lows. I would want to be a trader here, right? Or I'd want to be a trader here, right? I'm not so interested in trading within here. So I'd be watching the 35.5 and the 35.1 on the Dow and seeing if we can get a move towards that level, maybe for a trade next week. All right. Russell, oh, man, look at that. The rainbow SMAs. Remember this? You guys should remember this. If you come to this live stream, you definitely remember this. We talked about the rainbow SMA. Look at this. This is wild. I've never seen this. This is the 20, the 200, and the 100 SMA coming together, joining forces to cause the small cap downside. No, but in all honesty, I've never seen SMAs come together like that. This is absolutely going to be a heavy level on the Russell. That is like a brick wall right there, right? That is like a brick wall right there. 20, 100, 200, the rainbow rejection. Considering that someone from Surge Trader in my hometown just got arrested, I would recommend not using it, but I have no idea. I have no idea about Surge Trader. However, I will tell you, whoever runs it in Naples, Florida, which is where it's from, just got arrested for fraud. So I would probably look into information about the company before you guys put money into them. Okay, I recommend that. Let's use our minds a little bit. Okay, let's use our minds, guys. We're in probably the most difficult. We're probably in the most difficult possible thing that you could do, right? One of the most difficult things that you could do in life is to become a successful trader. Let's think, right? If I'm putting my money in Surge Trader, let me look into this company. Oh, look, that guy just got arrested for fraud. Maybe I shouldn't put my money there, okay? Yes, he did. He's from my hometown, and he stole money from churchgoers. His name is Brendan Seaman, I think. Brent Seaman. Let me look it up. Here it is. Brent Seaman, Florida Ponzi scheme, targeted retired church members. So, yeah. Let's not put our money there. All right? All right, let's continue. Let's get back on track. Tesla. So, why have I continued to hold Tesla longs? Well, first of all, right, I was able to take advantage of that Monday gap up, right? Very nice. Now, what we've seen over the last few days, is a beautiful little hold here around this 266 level. It's around this 266 level, right? You can see we have this break up, this pull back. Where did we hold? 266, right? Nice little hold there at this previous high. We've maintained very well, and yesterday we got a nice breakout above that 273 level, which was this previous day high. Now, I tried to trade this little move yesterday, but I got to be honest with you, it was pretty hideous on the 2-minute chart, right? It was one of those days where Tesla just sort of grinded higher, right? Look at this. This is not great for option contracts. However, it did sort of grind higher, which is good for a longer dated position, which is what I have. So Tesla squeezing here pre-market. I would probably keep eyes on this little 277 area today. You can see around here, this is that previous day high and this pre-market low. I think that's probably where you want to be looking here on Tesla. You guys can see right here, previous day high, pre-market low, right? If you get a pullback, this is probably the area to be watching. 276.70, 277. So let's keep that on watch, all right? That's our first level to watch there. If we zoom out, we have a big supply level up here, or a big rejection point at 280, all right? So let's be a little bit cautious of 280 today, all right? So are we going to chase Tesla upside, right? Is this what, right? Just think about this, right? Are you going to be the guy? Do you want to be the guy on a Friday afternoon, on a Friday morning, that chases Tesla upside into 280 and gets caught in a rejection, right? No, we don't want to be part of that. That's not our job. We can avoid that, right? That is a trade that we can avoid by patience and understanding of levels. So I would be very careful of longing Tesla into 280, right? I would be very careful of longing Tesla into 280. That is not only this rejection here, right? That is where that gap starts, right? Another rejection back here. So what I would look for today, right, is I would look for either a pullback to this 277 area, 276.70 area. Look to see if that turns into a hold. If it does, could you long it there into 280, right? Because at least at that point, you have some risk reward into 280, right? At least a long here gives you risk reward into 280, right? A long here does not give you any risk reward, right? If you long here, you don't have all of this reward to the upside, all right? So I would look for that pullback towards that 277 area. If you get it, look to see if we hold for potential longs. I would be very careful of this 280 level. Tesla is absolutely going to cause some people to get faked out at this 280 level. If we get a pop into 280, it's going to be interesting there. So be aware of that. 280, big level above, right? That's a big supply area. Be careful of chasing Tesla pre-market moves. I would look for pullbacks towards that 277 today, all right? NVIDIA. This thing is interesting, man. It's sort of just chilling here, but it's maintaining. So I'm interested to see what happens on NVIDIA today. I'm really interested to see what happens on NVIDIA over the next few weeks. You are really maintaining this little 50 SMA and this 453 area, right? This 453 right here, and once again yesterday, we continue to hold this 453 demand, right? And also right there is a flatlining 50 SMA. So I'm interested to see, does NVIDIA create another demand here? Does NVIDIA create another long opportunity off this level today? This is something I will be watching, right? I'm going to be watching to see if you get a little bit of a, little flag here, hold of 453 demand, hold of the 50 SMA. If you get that, right, is there a long opportunity off this level? Now to the flip side, right? To the flip side, you could also look for that downside 453, right? You could also look for that downside under 453 if that's what we see today on NVIDIA. However, I would be careful of being too aggressive on the long side or the short side into the 50 SMA and into this 453 area, right? So keep an eye on that 453 on NVIDIA. I think that's very important, right? Keep an eye on that zone and that 50 SMA. Going to be a key level to watch today for NVIDIA. Apple. So Apple was able to reclaim 175 yesterday. However, I would be, after seeing yesterday's price action, this thing still looks dead to me. Apple just looks sort of tired. It looks like the excitement has been taken out of this stock. I'm personally going to look to see if we get 177 supply rejections. That's about the only trade that I'm okay with taking on Apple. All right. There's possibly some upside into that 177 here. I think that's very possible. However, I am very interested to see what happens right here, and right here, right? What happens if we push back into this support, this double top rejection, right? What happens up here? And if I start to see some wicks stepping in here, right, I would look for that short play. And so that's really the only play I'm looking for here on Apple. Now, this is where you're either a mature trader, right? Or you're a trader that has trigger finger that can't control their fingers, right? If you're going to take this Apple short, it has to be up here, right? You have to wait for that idea to set up. The short has to be up here around that 177. You can't short it here, right? You can't short it down here, right? Your short is up here at 177 because that's really where that rejection is, where it's at, right? So let's look to see if that 177, if we push up into it, let's see if that turns into a rejection point. If it doesn't get up to there, then Apple may just die off and, probably mess around down here. So really not interested in that. I'm interested to see, can we get a little pop into 177 and can we reject that level? That's going to be a watch for me today. Amazon. All right. So this is a big area here. Yesterday, where did we go to exactly on the lows yesterday? So this candle high right here is 143.62, right? That is the exact candle high here from Monday of this week. You guys can see that right there on Amazon. We pushed into that 143.62. We held it, or we rejected. Now, on Wednesday, right, we got above it. We held above it, and this caused that upside continuation. This is where we had that Amazon swing trade. Yesterday, we came back into that level. Look at those wicks that were formed at that level, right? And look at the bounce that came off that level. Now, today, this is very interesting, right? Look at what we're starting to see here. 143.62. I can't make this up, right? Look at this little rejection that's setting up at that previous high. So, if Amazon cannot get back above 143.62, right? If Amazon turns this high back into a rejection point and turns these lows back into a rejection point, then I would be looking for downside, right? If Amazon gets back above 143.62, if it can maintain over that level, then I'd be looking for upside, right? And why? Why do I like that? Because no matter which direction I play it off of, right? Let's say I trade it to the downside because it's rejecting, right? My risk is so minimal to either side. Let's just put this like in a yellow, right? If I short it here, my risk is up to that 143.62. If I long it here, then my risk is down to the 143.62, right? So my risk on whatever side I play it, my risk is so small here because I'm playing it off this key level, right? Risk reward, right? And playing it off this key level. It looks like it might run away without us, but look at how clean. I can't make this up, man, right? Look at where you just rejected. You rejected at the exact level, the exact previous highs. That is as clean as it can possibly be there. If this was intraday, I would be short at Amazon right now. So, yeah, watch that Amazon 143.62. Very important level today. Keep an eye on that. All right, Meta, Google, Netflix. Meta, Google, and Netflix. So, first of all, Meta, 310, big level today. So you guys remember that 310 level, 4-hour chart? What did we talk about yesterday? We talked about that 310 supply, right? We had 310, 310, 310, 310. We were talking about it potentially rejecting. Now, yesterday, we were able to get above 310. Now, what did we do at 310? Right? Look at intraday. Look at intraday. I wouldn't say TradingView is an amateur platform. I wouldn't agree with that. There's different things. You have to pay for certain things. 310, right? You guys can see right here. Previous lows, right? Or I'm sorry, turning it into support, turning it into support, turning it into support, right? You guys can see right there. 310 yesterday went from a rejection point to an intraday support level. So, again, what do you look for today, right? A hold over 310 or a break back below it. That's all you're looking for today. You're looking for either a hold above 310 or a break. I would say actually 309, right? I'd give it 309. Let me rephrase that. I'd give it this 309 and possibly, to play it safe, like let's play this safe here. Let's play this safe because there's, I'd rather miss the trade than get in it too early, right? I'd rather miss the trade than get in it too early. That's at least my mindset here. Let's give it this 308.60 previous day low, or previous intraday high. You see this right here? See that high right there? I would probably want to give it that. So if you get back below the 308.60, then I'd look for that short side, right? But if you hold in here, right? If you hold in here, then I'd look for that potential long, right? So 308.60 to 310 is sort of that area. You can sort of see it's maintaining in that area yesterday, right? It's maintaining above that previous high right here. I would probably say as long as Meta is above this green zone, you probably look for that hold. If you break back below it, then downside comes in. Google, Netflix. Google. So I'm long Google right now, and here's the reason why, right? Hourly chart on Google. You can see yesterday Google got above channel highs, right? Channel high, channel high. Google got above it, right? And it held above it, right? And so if I go to the 5-minute chart, look at this. Look how clean this was, right? Look at this break and retest of both the channel high and the intraday high, right here. Intraday high, high a day, right? Break, retest, hold, right? Beautiful hold right there. And then upside continuation. So I'm long Google because it is maintaining above that high, right? So as long as Google is above this 138.50, 138.40 area, right, I am going to maintain a long position looking for that upside continuation. So that's what I'm looking for on Google. Hourly chart, channel high break and retest. Watching that today. I will stay long. Next week contracts, something I will be monitoring on Google. All right. Last thing I got for you guys is on Netflix. Netflix, let's take a look at this thing because I've barely looked at it myself. I think Netflix is sort of in... Is it in this low volume area? You just got to watch this low here. What's this low? 398.15. That's really all that matters. Yeah, it's this 398 level. 398. You guys can see right here, right? All these lows, 398. This low right here, 398. That's your level. That's your level. Right there. You're right at it. So I would watch this 398, right? You can see that that is that exact low. If I go to the 4-hour chart, let me zoom in here. The previous low right here, 398.15, 398.44, right? And if we go over here, we can see these lows, 397.62. You can see this general area of 398.400, right? Look at all this stepping up here. So that's what I would watch. That's going to be the big level there. You either hold this and try to sort of crawl your way back, or you break this, and that's where things can get pretty interesting. All right, so 398.400 area on Netflix. Big watch. Let's jump over to the NASDAQ real quick. Let's see what's sort of going on over here. All right, looks like the NASDAQ broke that 650. So what are we looking for now? We're looking to see if 650 turns into rejections. Right? If 650 turns into rejections, you're looking for that move towards that 50 and that 15.6. ES sitting right there at 45.50. That's going to be a big one there. 45.50 on the ES. That is going to be big there. Right there. Look at that. Big ass level. Intraday hold yesterday. You're sitting right at it. Right at it. That's going to be your watch today, 45.50s and that 50 SMA. All right. That's all I got, guys. We got 1,800 people here. Did I get to 70,000? We need 33 people. Can 33 people press the subscribe button? Can we do it before the end of this stream? Can we take 5 minutes out of our day? 33 of you, 1,800. I would love to hit that 70,000, man. So if you guys could, if you enjoy the charts, if you enjoy the live streams, if you could press that subscribe button. If you want to stay tuned for more, if you want to stay tuned for my live streams, my videos, just need about 33 people, man. That's all I ask. So press that like button if you guys could. Get us to 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel. I don't ask for you to do anything that costs you money, man. All you have to do is press that like button. It's 100% free. Subscribe to the channel, which is also free. And if you could do that, I'd be more than happy. So press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be crazy. Don't do anything I would do. Yeah. 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 Peace. Have a good weekend. See you guys Monday. Adios.
Bye.